Episode 25. Han Li pretended to fumble, barely catching the pill. He brought it to his nose and sniffed. A pungent, spicy odor hit him. He looked up at Dr. Mo, who was watching him with a faint, knowing smirk. He hesitated for a moment, suspicious of the pill's authenticity. But he had no choice. The corpse insect pill's deadline was fast approaching. If he didn't take it, he'd be a dead man. He reasoned that the other party still had a use for him, so the pill shouldn't be fake. With a grave expression, he swallowed it and waited for the effects to take hold. Not long after, Han Li felt a sharp, fleeting pain in his gut. He quickly checked his body and found that the corpse worm pill had completely dissolved. A wave of joy surged in his heart, and a trace of it showed on his face. None of these changes escaped the notice of Dr. Mo, who was facing him the entire time. After Han Li finished examining the pill's properties, he turned to him and said with a smile,
Han Li, you must understand, giving you the corpse worm pill was a matter of necessity. Without it pushing you from behind, you probably wouldn't have broken through to the fourth layer so easily.
I appreciate your kind intentions, Elder Mo, but next time, please spare me such generous offers.
Having resolved a major concern, Han Li's mood improved considerably. He began to trust the man's sincerity a bit more, and so he stopped matching his hypocritical courtesy with genuine courtesy of his own.
Now, may this old man take your pulse?
It seems I really have no choice but to let him test my cultivation. He gave me the corpse worm pill antidote without hesitation, which already shows some sincerity on his part. If I keep making excuses, it'll only make him more suspicious. He'll think I never actually mastered the fourth layer of the longevity technique and was just lying to him. That would send things spiraling in a bad direction, and who knows what new trouble might start. Besides, I anticipated this move and made some preparations in advance. Even if he flips the moment he finishes checking my pulse, I have a way to get out of this. Elder Mo, since you gave me the antidote so readily, this is the last time I'll trust you. I hope you don't let me down.
With that, he offered his right wrist, carefully watching the other's reaction. Unfortunately, Dr. Mo's face remained a mask of feigned cheer, revealing nothing. Only when he heard the agreement did his eyebrows twitch slightly before settling back into place. He said nothing more, extending his withered left hand to rest lightly on Han Li's wrist. His smile gradually faded, turning solemn and dignified as if he were performing a sacred rite. Han Li kept his cultivation at the fourth layer. Seeing Dr. Mo's expression, he grew inwardly suspicious. His guard instantly shot to its peak. His left hand crept toward his waist, where a custom-made sheathed short sword lay hidden. Slowly, a look of pleasant surprise spread across Dr. Mo's face. He had detected the strange, unending flow of energy within Han Li's meridians. Its intensity far exceeded his minimum expectations. Even for a man as scheming and deep as he was, the prospect of his long-planned endeavor finally bearing fruit was too much to contain. His face blossomed into a wide grin once more.
Excellent. It really is the fourth layer of the longevity art. This is absolutely perfect.
Dr. Mo laughed heartily in front of Han Li, his booming voice filling the room, yet his grip on Han Li's wrist never loosened, holding it tight the entire time.
Elder Mo, what are you doing? Isn't it time to let go?
Let go? Fine, I'll let go.
Han Li felt a sudden explosion in his ears. His vision went black, the world spun, and he lost all balance. He crumpled to the ground instantly, his left hand slipping weakly from the sword hilt. Han Li's body was unresponsive, but his mind was crystal clear. He knew he'd slipped up, letting his opponent land the first vicious blow. For now, he was utterly at their mercy.
You're still too green, kid. Can't pull any of your tricks now, can you? Come here.
Dr. Mo wrenched his left hand toward his chest, yanking Han Li from the ground right to his feet. Then, leaning down, he thrust his right index finger straight at the acupoint on Han Li's chest. Dr. Mo's finger struck as if hitting an iron plate, producing a dull thump. The tip of his finger rebounded, throbbing with pain, and the acupoint strike naturally failed.
What's going on here? Could he be wearing a layer of iron armor under his clothes?
His gaze involuntarily swept over Han Li's clothing, but the thin fabric didn't look like it concealed any armor. This left him utterly baffled. In that split second of Dr. Mo's distraction, Han Li regained control of his body. His recovery was far faster than Dr. Mo had anticipated. Dr. Mo decisively tried to switch to another method to subdue Han Li, but suddenly, the wrist he had been gripping tightly became impossibly slick and pliant, completely impossible to hold on to. He tightened his grip in shock, but the other's hand slipped through his fingers like an eel. This time, Dr. Mo was genuinely taken aback. Han Li executed a sudden donkey roll, swiftly tumbling from beside his opponent to a corner of the room. Only after putting a good distance between himself and Dr. Mo did he dare to slowly stand up. Han Li's face was expressionless, his eyes coldly fixed on Dr. Mo.
So his whole story about using the eternal spring arts to stimulate some secret blood was a complete lie, utterly worthless.
For his own sake, and for the safety of his family, Han Li slowly drew the short sword from his waist. The sword was just over a foot long, gleaming with a cold blue light. Its edge looked razor sharp, a truly fine blade.
Today, only one of us walks away alive. Only one of us is walking out of this room alive.
Interesting. It seems you haven't been idle this past year to have cultivated such a peculiar technique. But do you really think a few of these half-baked tricks make you my match? It's been a while since I've had a proper workout. Getting my hands dirty again will be a nice change of pace. Haha, I'll let you make the first move.
Han Li ignored the verbal jab. He decided to strike first, to seize the initiative. He crossed the short sword in his left hand in front of him, drawing his opponent's gaze. Meanwhile, a small paper packet slid silently from his right sleeve. With a flick of his wrist, he scattered a cloud of white powder, which instantly billowed into a thick, concealing smoke that enveloped Han Li, rendering his form indistinct and ghostly. The smoke rapidly spread throughout the entire room, turning it into a dense, white expanse where you couldn't see your own hand in front of your face. Han Li vanished just as mysteriously into the fog. Dr. Mo frowned, slightly taken aback by Han Li's move, but he dismissed it with a shrug. He considered himself a seasoned veteran, with plenty of ways to counter such lowly tricks. His only concern was that the smoke might have been tampered with. He held his breath. With his profound cultivation, going several minutes without air was no problem at all.
A cheap trick like this, and you dare show it off in front of me.
Dr. Mo's right hand swept out in a palm strike through the smoke. The white mist before him churned violently as if stirred by a giant club, instantly revealing a clear, gaping hole. Not seeing Han Li, Dr. Mo didn't stop. He struck out left and right, unleashing a dozen or more palm blasts in rapid succession. The smoke in the room was driven clean out the door. The chamber returned to normal, except for the fact that Han Li was gone. Dr. Mo was a bit surprised, but not at all flustered. He planned to stay right by the door. Not even a fly would get past his senses. He carefully scanned the entire room, the many bookshelves, the desk, the armchair. Everything was in its usual place. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary.
How did that kid, a full-grown man, just vanish in such a cramped space?
Dr. Mo's expression remained unchanged, but inwardly he was puzzled. Yet, confident in his own formidable skills, he coughed a few times and shakily made his way toward the corner where Han Li had vanished, intent on investigating the matter thoroughly. He stopped about 10 feet from the corner, narrowing his eyes. A faint, almost imperceptible aura of killing intent hung in the air nearby, aimed directly at him, poised to strike.
Dr. Mo's eyes flashed with sharp intensity as he scanned left and right, scrutinizing the area again and again. Frustrated, he found nothing out of the ordinary. No one was around. Could they have vanished into thin air? A thought struck him as if he'd grasped a crucial point. He was just about to ponder it deeper when, surprised, a sharp clang suddenly rang out from above his head.
Damn it.
Dr. Mo reacted instantly, realizing his opponent was hiding on the roof. Without even looking up, he unleashed a fierce palm force strike straight upward. A thunderous crash followed the unleashed palm force, punctuated by a few sharp, metallic clangs. Dr. Mo was baffled. He quickly raised his head for a closer look, and surprise in place. Above him, the space was completely empty. Not a single ghostly shadow in sight, only a black iron bell hung from the roof beam, swaying violently from the force of his palm strike. The crisp, ringing sound was coming from it. As for Han Li, he was nowhere to be found.